David, what's the importance of having a high quality website?
Okay. There's two things to a website. One is for Google and one is for customers. All right. Everybody that's in business has probably had 50 phone calls every year from people wanting to make a website, telling you how bad yours is, how they can improve it, yada, 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 all the different things. So no matter how good your website is, somebody's going to ring up and say, oh, we've analysed your website and we've found this, 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 and it's not tracking in this area and it's not doing... So a lot of it is really complicated, you know. I basically make it so simple for people. Number one, Google looks at a website that is well developed, that has got all the technical side, that's got good reviews that people talk about. So that gives you what's called a natural ranking, SEO, okay? And then you keep building on that. So it's kind of like having a really great car on a racetrack and you're racing everybody else. So if you're in the painting industry, you're racing all the other painters. So if you've got a good quality car that's always being maintained, always been upgraded, it's got different commercials on it, it's got all the other stuff, that's basically what Google looks at, okay? And if you've been on the track for 10 years, okay? If you've been on the track for 10 years, you're already 10,000 miles ahead of the person who's just started. The person who's just started, yes, they can have a faster car and a better car and bits and pieces, and they've spent more money on doing it up. Let's just use the car as an analogy. You might be able to catch that person up in 6 months or 12 months. Anybody who says that you can catch them, you know, in a couple of weeks, no, it's not correct. Google, there is ways of sort of cheating the numbers, and Google, when it finds it, it kicks you off completely off the web. So all of a sudden you might have this great website that somebody's developed for you and said, look, we can get you up there really quick and so forth, so forth. When Google catches you because you've done the wrong thing or you've cheated in the race, let's call it cheating in the race, you're out. And then you have to restart again with another website. And let's say your website is called, my name, let's say, is goranstregic.com. Google will not let you have that goranstregic.com back on there for another 2 years. And if your name is specific to your brand, okay, then you're in trouble, because now you've got to completely change your brand because you don't have a website, or you don't have access to go into Google and be in the search engine. The second part is having a website for customers. So the website reflects on who you are, what your standard is. If you've got, and let's call it very simple, Canberra earthworms, okay? And there's only one of you. You only need a one-page website where it basically says what time you're open, how much your worms are, and and the price. You only need 3 things, and the contact number. So having a site like that would be really easy in the sense of you're the only one in Canberra, okay? You don't need to be any fancy, and fishermen just look at it. Another website, let's use Pre-Love Gold, which is a friend of mine. There it explains, all the different things, what they buy, what they sell, what the values are, what you need, what your estimate is, what opening time. So that's a website where it needs to reflect the company image, okay? The next type of website is where you're selling something online, okay? So it needs to be able to, whatever the product comes up, it needs to have enough photos that the customer can understand, okay, this is the product I'm getting, this is the size, the cup's this size, so forth, so forth, so forth. So you can have a website which is a simple one-page one, or you can have a 1,000-page one where you've got hundreds and hundreds of products online, and it's all interactive and it's working, and it's e-commerce, and at the end, it'll send you an email saying, Marina's bought this, 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 we need to pack it, we need to ship it over to so forth. So at the end of the day, with the websites, make sure that, when somebody says to you that they can get you ranked and they can get you in first place and all that, no, it's not. You're racing against all the other guys that have done it. I had a phone call once from somebody who wanted to be air conditioning in Sydney, and they wanted to be in first space, not the AdWords, that's completely different, but the natural ranking of SEO. And I basically explained to them that The number one person in Sydney at the moment has 2 million backlinks. That's 2 million sites that have actually said something about them. So for us to rank that person, we need to get to 2.2 million, and 2.2 million backlinks. No matter what your budget is, it's going to take years. Okay, so there is a lot to learn about it, but basically, you've got to work out what your business is, what your long term is, what you might want to add to your website later on. But it goes back to create what you want in your business, your goals. It's just like a big jigsaw puzzle, and occasionally you need a hand to put it together.
What do you recommend when it comes to programmers that a company is working with?
Have a look at what they've done. Have a look at what they've done. Have a look at their timeframes as well. One of the important things is in the website development industry is timing, and timing your business. If you're opening your business up on the 1st of January, you need your website done by that date, because that's when the staff are starting and everybody's starting. You need your website finished by that date. There's nothing worse than having your marketing team, and let's say your marketing team is different to your website developers. Your marketing team is ready, the ads are starting, but your website's not. Okay, so this is really important to look at what their time frame is. Also, to look at yourself and look at the character you are, because if you need to know exactly what you want for that website, because sometimes it's not up to the website developers, it's up to the business person who owns the business to sort of say, okay, this is exactly what I want, these are the photos, these are the text, this is this. So if you've basically given them all the work that they need to do, all the information correctly and not consistently, the challenge that website developers have, and I'm being on their side at the moment, is everybody thinks that it's easy to add something to a website. Okay? Look at a building, look at a 5-story building as a website. Okay? And look at all the different areas in that building where you've got, conference rooms, you've got all the electrical, all the telephone, all the cabling, all the plumbing, the whole lot. And when you want to change that door from green to blue on the 4th floor, you think that's easy. You just send a maintenance guy up there. They might have to pull that whole floor down and then redo it again. Okay, so it's not that easy for website developers just to add a few things, or can you put this here? It can change the whole structure of the website. Changing a door in a 5-story building is quite easy. Changing the toilet in a 5-story building is quite easy. But it's not when it comes to developing websites, because everything needs to link back to each other on the website. So yeah, so be very careful when you pick a website developer to make sure that they're on time, but also be careful of yourself that you're not going to change your mind 10 times to know exactly what you want.